Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. Do you believe in real world testing? Well, I do, because I am sick and tired of companies telling you it makes power when it really doesn't. Today, we're going to be testing throttle bodies on your C8 Z06. We've got solar performance throttle bodies here, and we are going to see if they actually make a gain or not. I've heard this over and over again, where there is a gain to be had from throttle bodies. So we're testing this theory, and I'm gonna do a lot of work to do it because taking the stock airbox out is a pain in the butt. And then I'm gonna reinstall the stock airbox and it's gonna suck. Here I have Solar Performance 92mm throttle bodies. Two of them because it is a C8 Z06. And we've got some stuff. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna find it out because I'm going to do the install myself. With that said, let's baseline this 2026 Z06 that's completely stock, find out where the numbers are, and then install these and see where it lands. The new layout on the 2026 is ridiculous. Like, it's telling me how to walk through the launch mode. Like you can see, it's like brake harder. Now floor it. I dig it. Like that's the only way to get a good launch at the track.
Yeah.
Like that's what we do with the Stingrays, the E-Rays, everything. And so,
yep.
Yeah, that sounds wicked. This is the stock exhaust, I think, right? Is this the stock exhaust?
Yeah, do it again. That's like really loud for stock, man.
The stock sounds pretty good.
It does.
But then in quiet mode's insane.
Oh, wow.
And I don't think, yeah, I cannot do launch control in this. So just.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been warmed up. We're just children. So now it's time to find out what kind of power she's baselining with before we do the modifications.
.582, solid number.
Good baseline. You know, it's a little bit higher than normal, I'd say.
Want to do a couple more or what?
Yeah, we'll do one or two more. That way we can just see if it creeps up a little bit more or so.
Okay. 584 for that one.
Let it cool down for a second, then do it again.
What do you got there? A little dyno graph on the car.
Yeah, itty bitty dyno graph. We'll let it cool down for a second, then I'll take a video of the dyno run in here with that.
Yeah, okay. .582.
582 is pretty good. Staying consistent. All right.
Corner out.
Okay, airbox is out. That's a pain in the butt to do. Like they put those bolts back here that are like the worst to get to. One of the nice things about this is that the couplers, the hose clamps on it, were hand tight. Like
hand tight.
Hand tight.
Is that normal?
I mean, not normal when I do things, but I mean, it's on the intake side. It's not boosted or anything like that. So
yeah.
It's not like doing anything. So it makes it so I can get them out like fairly easy.
Yeah.
All right.
There she is.
One throttle body. Let me put this down and then we'll get to the next one.
And while Andrew's taking out the other one, we're going to compare. Does size matter, Matt, or does it not? Well, we've got, what, an extra 2 millimeters. Every little bit counts, right, Matt? And
That's what they say.
and obviously the aftermarket ones look a lot better, nice and shiny.
These guys love shiny things.
75 years later.
So if you guys want to see the work that I've done to do this test, I've taken out all this stuff. Yeah, it's a lot. And it was a pain in the ass. So if these throttle bodies don't perform, I'm going to be pretty upset. Now, we've got 8 Allen head bolts, because everybody loves it with Allen heads. And a miscellaneous bracket, which, let's see, are there any instructions?
Does it tell you what this is for?
No! I don't know what the hell that's for. And I don't know that we'll use these if it's the same length as the factory ones. We'll check this theory. Factory bolts and solar. Okay, well, it's shorter, so we're going to double check some stuff. Why would we get a shorter bolt? So it's saying that the engagement is only supposed to be this. Let's see what the engagement looks like on the factory throttle body. Because if that's the same, then it makes sense.
It's not.
Up against it, I think we're probably going to be using factory bolts. I'm going to stick with the factory bolts as long as they fit in everything. This particular one might be an issue.
I wonder if that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, I'm sure that's why. The factory has good engagement, but I'd rather have one that's a little, less.
Is it
than,
just that one
I think
on
it's-
both of them? Yeah.
Let's double check.
Looks like it is.
This one doesn't go down either. So we're going to get 2 with proper engagement and 2 with the Allen head engagement, which I don't think these are the right. I just don't think that they're the right guys for the job. This should have been probably 5 millimeters longer or something like that. I'll hope for the best because I'm going to put the top ones in first. So that will be the factory bolts.
And here's Andrew trying to fish blind.
Yep, I can't see. I'm too short for this job.
Usually that's not an issue. The smaller the person in this little space, the better. Trying to give you some light here too, buddy.
Many unbearable hours later.
Gonna tighten up the throttle bodies.
They're in place, looking good. Cool. Did you while you were tightening those down, did you see where the bracket would go?
Nope.
Didn't figure that one out yet.
So it connects, so that's great news. Because that would have sucked. Oh, I think I figured it out now.
Oh, you figured it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
That connector
okay.
is just to hold the harness in place.
Yeah.
Just allows it to secure into the solar throttle body. This was not listed as part of the instructions.
Okay, I see where it's at there.
Then that harness just connects right there.
Okay.
Throttle bodies are installed. I'm gonna just rig up the factory intake because we got to take it off to get to the exhaust when we do that. Before I go too far on this, I'm just gonna make sure that this coupler fits over the throttle body.
Oh, yeah, good call.
That would really be a disappointment.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna secure it to the throttle body first and then do the intake. I think that's the best course of action here. Be a little bit more precise. I'll do it on both ends. That way both ends can slip right the heck on. WD-40 is like the jam.
In case nobody knew about that.
Yeah, in case nobody knew about it.
You know,
Look at that.
WD
Look how easy that went on.
That did go on quick.
And now just to make sure that that one goes on, I WD-40 that up as well.
But see, I feel like that's just a standard in America. If you live here, you know what WD-40 does.
I did not until my adult years. I was like, what is that stuff? And now I could never forget.
Wow.
Look at that. Yeah, that was amazing. that gives me a lot of pleasure, actually. So these were hand tight from the factory. I'm going to continue that trend. Airbox time and not fall off the dyno.
Okay, factory airbox going back on now for the true test to see what these throttle bodies are going to do.
Okay, wrapping it up. Obviously, I can do this job, But if I bought one of these for myself, I would pay somebody else to do this job. This job sucked. This job sucked so much, and I'm leaving a couple things like out, like the carpet and stuff, and because we're gonna be doing an intake right after this, so I'm not gonna make more work for myself than I have to. But I'm securing everything like good enough. Like Mr. Deed's good enough. So now we're gonna find out if these throttle bodies were worth the effort. I'm honestly gonna be surprised if they are. If it's like 2 horsepower, I would never recommend these no matter what. I am just hoping that I plugged everything in because this was a pain in the ass. The convertible is way tougher than the hardtop. So I had the mass air flows disconnected. I had a couple other things disconnected. I could not disconnect the battery because I had to take the top up and down multiple times, and you need the battery for that. So there's a good chance that it's like right in limp mode, and there's also a good chance that I forgot something because it's very tight and complicated. So the moment of truth, will this thing fire up? I did wash my hands, so that's nice. And there's no check engine light. There's a service ESC because we are dynoing and we haven't taken it off the dyno, so the front brakes are like failed.
Sure. Yep.
So, but there's no check engine light. So Papa Zurich did a good job, as far as you can tell right now. There might be a check engine light coming, but who knows?
No limp mode. Starts up.
No limp mode. So that's nice. And then there's like super quiet mode.
Okay.
There's loud mode.
Yeah.
All that stuff seems to be working. Tour, sport, track.
I'll tell you what, man, these cars are loud from the factory.
It's actually kind of deep from the factory too. I think it sounds really good.
You're right, it is.
Like really good. But I don't know that it has the super exotic sound like the aftermarket exhaust.
Yeah.
Which we are installing one. So you'll just have to stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed because there's just more content coming as we determine which mods are worth it and which ones are not. So as a quick reminder, this thing dynoed stock 582, 584, 582. Those are the numbers to beat, and ideally not by just like 2 horsepower, because that would be like kind of within the deviation of things. Let's do it. Now we're gonna still do 2 more runs, giving it a cool down, just like we did for the baseline. Like, I don't think they're losing anything, even though there's some spots where it looks like it's lost, but these cars are a little finicky in the mid-range. I'm gonna run it again when the temperature comes back down, and it should kind of point us in the right direction. Sometimes you'll see a bigger gain as time goes on, as it kind of like learns itself around.
Right.
But I'm not expecting much.
There we have 585.
We threw a check engine light. Gonna find out what that is real quick. Hopefully it's not like a throttle body code. We're not supposed to have to tune this, but we shall find out.
Okay.
So for this, we're gonna be using our trusty remote tuning device from HP Tuners. This is branded CSP because it's pretty cool. And I got it in red because I think red's kind of cool. Especially if you're Nick.
Especially if you drop it on the floor.
Yep. Now the difference between this and the regular HP tuners is you cannot read a tune with this. You can you have to work with an HP tuners dealer, but you can use it as a scanner. In this case, I'm going to be using it as a scanner.
Let's get the CSP logo there. Let's see it. What's it look like? Zoom in. Red, black, CSP.
And with the software that's available to everybody, I'm going to read mass airflow volume, flow, circuit range, pending. That could actually be from where it was before. Let's see if I can get any mass airflow data. All right. I might be able to log some stuff. Mass airflow is reading, so on both banks. So it's probably just because I had the car parked during like this with the battery on. That's all. So that said, we'll do our third and final pull down.
Oh, 578, lost its power there. Yeah. Insert this face right here.
I think we're going to say that, unfortunately, the throttle bodies do not add power. I don't know that they lose power. I think that we can say that it's an appearance piece in a spot of the engine you can't actually really see. So, is it worth $1,200? I'm going to say no. Absolutely not. So I think if we're talking about like comparing these things, let's load all the data real quick. These guys, 582, 584, 582 was our actual baseline. We're going to take an average, 582, 584, and then average is 583.66. And then the other one was 580 plus, I guess you guys can probably see where this is going. 581. So I'm gonna say that on average the throttle bodies might be losing power, but I think at best it's equal to the factory throttle bodies. Stay tuned for the next video where we test the Venturi intake, the $2,700 Venturi intake, and we determine the same thing, whether it makes power or not. Adios.